excited because we here at Visitmahomet.com, we've been trying to get together with some community leaders just to know more about them. And when we put this whole website together, we said, hey, one of the things we want to do is get out in the community and talk to some people that are prominent, been around a while, because there's a story behind the story. So I can tell you I'm really excited about today's because Brooks Marsh was one of the first names that came to the top of the list to say, we got to get to know this guy better. There's a mystery about you a little bit. We don't know what it is, but that's what we're going to find out here today. So
great.
Welcome. I appreciate you doing this. We're at the back of your store, right?
Yes, we are.
So you manage IGA for how long?
This is our 14th year.
14 years.
Yes.
I mean, you were in the business prior to this, though, right?
Right. I worked for a wholesale food company for 30 years.
30 years? And so was it always your dream to do this?
I'm not sure to say it was always my dream. During much of that time, I wanted to own my own store, yes.
And is it all cracked up to be?
Better.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, running a retail store is all about people. I love people. I like to interact with people. And we have the kind of community where you can really interact, have some impact, help kids, help families, and just have an enjoyable time. So I'm at my best when I'm walking around the store.
You know, it's funny because, we both own our own business, and one of the things that attracts people to want to be an entrepreneur is that they want to be control of their own schedule, right?
Right.
I have to say, no matter when I come in here, you're here. So would you not say that you work more than if someone was your boss telling you when to be here? You work a lot of hours.
Oh, absolutely. And that is a fallacy. I want to be my own boss because now I have 10,000 bosses every week.
It's the people who come into your store, right?
You bet. We serve our employees first, and our employees serve our customers, and that's what it's really all about, is serving people and trying to have impact on someone's day beyond selling them a can of green beans.
Okay. So you've had your store for 14 years. You and I have gotten to know each other. We're friends now,
Sure.
after a couple of years. But you said a lot of things keep you up at night. And like we even talked this morning, you worry about some things that you wish you didn't have to worry about. What are some things that keep you up?
Well, just projecting the future. I mean, worrying is not really a good thing. I think we talked about that. But you have system issues. We have governmental issues. There's people issues that you're not happy with that you want to solve. Yeah. And you have the responsibility for all that. I mean, as you know, owning your own business, you're responsible for everything from work comp to healthcare to employee satisfaction to how we interact with our customers. So all those things are always mulling around your head and how you can balance all those.
Yeah. Sure. One of the things the reason that we wanted to interview is your impact that you've made to the community. You said something early on when I owned my own business here in Mahomet that was very profound. You said at a Chamber of Commerce meeting, I don't know if you remember, it was a breakfast over at the high school. You said sometimes when you donate money to an organization, it's because it's the right thing to do,
right? And
other times it is about what you get out of it.
Right. Explain
that comment.
Well, certainly there's things where you want to be involved for visibility and marketing for your business. Okay. At the same time, we are blessed with a business where we can give, and sometimes it is just the right thing to do to give to someone or to an organization or to an event because they need it, because you can impact it, you can better the community, even though there's little or no visibility. In fact, there's many of those things, as you probably know as well.
Yeah. So one of the things we were talking about, we were some business leaders here a little earlier, we were talking about how to impact the young 20-year-olds, right? So rewind the clock, go back to 20-year-old Brooks. What would you tell yourself? What would be some words of wisdom that you've created over the years? Well,
and the words of wisdom I would have for myself is what I tell the young people today, is that we can teach you anything out of a book. And we have a lot of smart kids, and we could teach them about anything, but teaching people to interact and serve and be good to people and have an impact on somebody in just the few minutes you have with them, that's what's most important. I mean, when I was 20, I was pretty young. I was right off of a ranch, very immature. I never thought anything about serving people. I was making my $2.05 an hour working at North IGA and then working on our ranch, making nothing on our ranch, but just serving our family.
Now, some people don't know this about you. You grew up, tell us a little bit about your childhood. You grew up not in Mahomet, Illinois.
Nope, I grew up on the Canadian border, Plentywood, Montana, on a large cattle ranch, cow-calf operation. So we had cattle and sheep and of course some other miscellaneous farm animals, pigs and turkeys and that kind of thing. But our primary income was cattle.
Cattle. And then how did you end up in Mahomet?
I ended up in Mahomet. I went to work. Actually, I worked at a little local grocery store in our town after school, so I could make money because I didn't make money doing my chores. And that store happened to be owned by a big corporation called Super Value. And so I worked there all the way through high school and college, and then got done with college and came out and was an advertising manager for them. And then I worked all over the country. They had 30 divisions around the country.
Now, during that time from when you were on the ranch to where you're here, you got married.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about your family.
I have a total of 6 children. I have 2 daughters and 4 sons. My last son just graduated this last week, and so we are in the process of being empty nesters. So
you've been running a ranch for a long time.
I've been running a ranch for a long time. Well, now we have a couple grandchildren.
How long have you been married?
And been married 20 years.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So you describe Mahomet to an outsider who's never been here.
Well, I would tell them, and I do tell them, we're very lucky to be in Mahomet. We have a great, close town. It's easy to find employees. We all know each other, and we trust and support each other. So it's interesting. Most people couldn't say that about the towns they're in. In fact, most of them are complaining about the things that we brag about in Mahomet.
Right. So one of the things, the big word right now is growth.
Right.
Without getting too political or whatever, when someone says Mahomet growth, what does that mean to you? Is that there's pros and cons to all of that, right?
You bet.
But what are some of the value or the opinions that you have about Mahomet growth?
Well, I think that Mahomet, because of the school system that we have, has grown a lot in the last since we've been here, and it's going to continue to grow for the same reason. I think that we just need to measure our growth and plan our growth. I think there's an overall plan to do that, and there's a lot of opinions. I think our village should keep listening to the people and talk to our people about that, and so we continue to grow wisely. So
you have any words of wisdom to the whole community of Mahomet? Anything that you want to tell people that either about you or IGA or as a leader of the community?
I go back to the basics. We serve people one person at a time, one look at a time, one smile at a time. And if we can make someone's day a little bit better or a lot better, we should do either one of those things. That's as little as greeting somebody or as much as spending time looking at them and listening to them. And we get the opportunity to do both those things at IGA. And I think that's part of the beauty of our community is when you come to IGA, sometimes you got to say, I'm not going to stay here too long because I'm going to see everybody I know.
Yeah.
And so that's before I bought the store, that was my wife would say, go to the store, but don't talk for an hour. So that's one of the beauties of what we have. But I think that's the kind of thing we want to hold on to is our close-knit, conversational approach to things and the atmosphere that we have. And we can if we continue to grow smartly.
So here's a couple of words that jump out at me when I hear you say what you've said. Servant leader, because I've seen you stock shelves, I've seen you mop floors, right? So you do everything that has to be done. But it sounds like the word respect, even though you have your use that word. That's the word that resonates with me.
Right.
Do you agree? Is that a fair assumption? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, I think that serving is about respect and seeing yourself as one of the people and part of the people and part of the community, not better or less or more than anyone else. So.
Yeah. So one of the things I would say to someone outside of Mahomet is that the thing that makes us different is the people.
Right.
And you're certainly one of those that's done it for many years. So I just want to say thank you for what you've done to Mahomet.
Well, thank you.
Because even though you might say, well, I supply the milk and bread, you also supply, every time I'm in here, I see you've got the coffee shop here. It's just a great place to meet. It's a great place to do so many things. But not only that, it's not just this physical location. You're out in the community. You're doing so many things, whether it's you and your family, but financially and physically, you're out in the community. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Well, thank you. We try to be involved in all we can, and we try to do our best to do that. And we are very blessed and lucky enough to have a bunch of employees that do the same thing. We have people in our business that we have 3 people that have been here more than 30 years. Wow. And so it's not about not just about me or what Tammy and I do for the community. It's really carrying on the great heritage that the people here started, the previous owners and the current employees started and hold on to. I mean,
how many employees do you have?
We have around 100 employees, about 30 full-time and 70 part-time. So
that's quite an impact. Cool. Thanks for everything.
Well, thank you, Darwin. Awesome. Sure appreciate it.